Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am so excited to share with you 6 DIY Dollar Tree decor crafts. So this is another episode in my huge I Love Fall series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a teeny tiny budget. And you might notice that I have a little friend here. Say hello to Bear. He's our 7-week-old puppy. He is the first puppy we've ever had. So check out my Instagram stories to see more on Bear, but let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this Farm Fresh apple sign and some Waverly White chalk paint, and I'm just going to chalk paint a good coat on either side. I want to make a repaint of this little apple and make it a little bit more whimsical and fun. So I'm going to take a Sharpie marker and I'm just going to hand draw some leaves on the top. The next thing I want to do is draw some little half moon shapes on either side of my leaves. Now, I was doing this upside down and kind of backwards, so they weren't perfect, but that's kind of the fun of doing a hand painted side. It doesn't have to be perfect. So take a deep breath, relax, and have fun with it. The next thing I want to do is draw some polka dots. You could use something maybe like a little jar lid to draw perfect circles if you wanted to, but again, this doesn't have to be perfect, so I'm just freehanding this. I'm going to paint the polka dots black. The background is going to remain white, and then the little half moon shapes will be kind of a pretty pumpkin orange color, and then I'm going to paint the leaves green. Again, the sky is the limit with this, you guys. Just customize this to suit your fancy and whatever kind of decor that you're going for. So I'm just using some black craft paint to paint in my little polka dots. Now I'm going in with some pumpkin orange paint, and I'm just going to paint the little stripes on either side. I've also seen really fun designs where you could just do stripes, or instead of the polka dots, you could do some leopard print, which maybe I'll do some leopard print ones if you guys want to see that. But again, I'm just using some of this pumpkin orange acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint my little half moon shapes on either side. The next thing I wanted to do was take some black paint and kind of outline those little half moon designs. I did have to go back over this several times, and I will tell you, I think this project would have been a little bit easier if I would have had a paint marker. Now at the bottom you can see I'm not quite finished, and I did have to go in and touch that up with some white paint. Now I'm moving on with my little green leaves up here. I added a base of green, and then I'm layering that with some white. It's really nice to do layers of dimension. So I like to start with my base color and then add white, and then add a little bit more green, and then some more white, and then even a couple of little swirls of a dark green or black, just to really highlight it and give it that customized appearance. The next thing I want to do also is paint my stem green. Again, you guys can customize this to suit your fancy and your decor. Last but not least, I decided to add some little circles inside of my black spots just to give it that fun whimsical appearance. And here it is, voila, popped into this fun and fabulous fall setting. And I actually have not decided where I want to go with this little cute kind of apple pumpkin type goodie. I did several others that I'm going to share with you guys in this DIY video, but oh my goodness, and I cannot wait to share this Scarecrow with you guys. I am so crushing on these colors and kind of just that Mackenzie Childs feel. Very customizable again to your colors. I've even shared with you guys some pink checkered projects and some different floral checkered projects for fall. Again, just customize it to suit your fancy. It's so easy to do just by changing your paint colors. So for the next DIY, I have an assistant here, meet BINGE Bear, and he is going to be helping me with this floral arrangement. So we're going to take about 6 to 7 stems of Dollar Tree florals, and you can tell what a big helper he is. He helped me choose these, and I thought these were the perfect choice, don't you guys? And then I just went ahead and kind of fanned them out, and I'm popping them into this beautiful Mackenzie Childs picture that I was actually able to get on the online barn sale. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. Thank you for everybody that messaged me about that. And then I'm just popping some more leaves into here. And then Benji noticed that these scarecrows needed to pop in here. So he chose a cute little scarecrow and also meet Lammy. That is one of his favorite little toys. So I added one more bundle of leaves, I believe 7 total. And then these are just the little Dollar Tree Scarecrow picks. They come 2 for 1 on the pack there. So I popped the little orange one in, and then I'm popping in some of these little Dollar Tree leaves. They're battery operated, and I actually do completely supervise him, and this little arrangement will be back where he cannot get to it. But how cute is this? And I just love adding lights to my fall displays. It just makes everything so fun and calm and cozy. And then we had to take a little time out here for a play break. Again, here's Lammy. He absolutely loves this lamb. It is so cute and adorable. He is absolutely the most playful thing in the world. And then here's how that arrangement looks popped into my little fall display. You guys, oh my goodness, I am so ready for fall. We've actually had a lot of leaves already falling outside of our house, and I'm going to share with you guys in another video just some of the fall vibes that are going on at my house. Now, I will tell you though, it's still really hot here, but I am so ready for that cool fall weather and all of that good stuff. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I have to share with you guys how to make this super adorable scarecrow. I'm going to take 3 Dollar Tree signs, starting out with this Farm Fresh apple sign. You could use any round Dollar Tree sign, and then I'm going to use this little sign here for the hat. So I'm just cutting off the top part with this craft tool. If you make a couple of cuts in either side, they easily just bend apart. And then I'm going to take the craft tool and also cut off the little notches on either side. These signs are really great to use, but if you guys have something that's maybe in just a square, that would work as well. Again, you're just going to make cuts on either side, and then you can easily bend it off. You can even sand the edges just a bit if you want to. The next step for this project is to go ahead and paint everything with a base color paint. So you could use a matte spray paint. I have this Waverly white chalk paint. Now I'm doing this so my colors will adhere easier. I am using some watercolor on some of this, and so it won't take very well to the board unless it has a base coat, but acrylic paint works really well on this too. I just like to start out with a white base coat. It just helps my colors go on and I don't have to use as much of the paint. Now I'm taking a ruler, and this is the top part of my hat, and I'm just drawing off the brim of the hat. The next thing I want to do is take some tape, and I'm going to make a Mackenzie Childs inspired checkered brim for my hat. Now you guys could just paint the brim of your hat really any color, but again, I want to make this checker because I want to go along with my little fall display that's in my living room. So I'm using this tape to mark off just little squares here, and I'm going to paint every other square black, and then every other square is going to remain white. Now I'm just taking some black acrylic paint and I'm painting my squares. So I drop down a base coat first. first. So just plain black, and then I go back in with a little bit of black and white and gold to kind of give it that vintage Mackenzie Childs campfire feel, which is what that original black and white check was. It's not just a plain black and white check, it has some different colors mixed into it. Now I am going to go ahead and paint the top of my Scarecrow hat this brown color. I didn't care for how dark it came out, so I went back in with a little bit of white. In fact, I love to have a larger bottle of acrylic white paint on hand just so I can always use it to mix and watercolors down. Now I'm going back over my black checks to give them more of a vintage feel, and I'm dipping my paintbrush into a little bit of black paint and a little bit of white paint. So black paint on one side and white paint on the other. You can also mix in a little bit of gold with this as well, and you just kind of drag it through each check. Now this step is definitely optional. You could also use a bit of a paint pen around the edges with some gold if you wanted, but again, I'm trying to give it that Mackenzie Childs inspired black and white check, which I absolutely love. I think it looks so cute and just rustic and fun for fall. And then here is how I mix the white and the gold together. So you just get a little bit of white and gold on either side, and you can go back over your white checks and again just kind of drag it through to give it that hand painted look that I absolutely love. Now that I have my checkers done, I decided I wanted to add stripes to the top of my Scarecrow hat, and I'm really pretty much redoing the whole top part. Instead of just leaving it plain, I want to add some cute little stripes. So I did measure in between each stripe to kind of get them a little bit symmetrical, but I don't want them to be perfect, and I also want them to kind of curve up and out. So I'm just going in with some of this black acrylic paint and dragging my brush through the top. It does have a little bit of gray and white paint mixed in with the brush, which is fine. I want to give it a little bit of an aged appearance, and then I just went back with the white paint and pulled that through. And this is so fun. And again, remember to customize this to suit your decor. You don't necessarily have to do black and white check or checks at all. You could do pink or purple or green or brown or orange or whatever colors suit your fancy. This is just ideas for you guys to get you inspired, but definitely customize this to suit your fall decor. But I think the Scarecrow is going to be so adorable. In fact, so adorable, I'm not even for sure it will scare off any crows because it's going to be so cute. And I am going around the sides of it with a little bit of white paint just to give it kind of an edge and a border. It's going to give it a little bit more of a finished, clean look. Now I decided I wanted the brim of my hat to be orange, so I'm pulling some pretty orange paint through. Now I'm going to let that paint dry and move on to my Scarecrow face, which I actually left for one of the last parts because I'm super nervous about doing faces. So this is just that apple sign that we had painted white, and then I'm going in with just some tan paint, and then I also want to give that a chance to dry and start on the body of my Scarecrow. So I'm using this pretty golden tone paint, and this is going to be the body kind of my little Scarecrow. So this gold part is supposed to kind of look like straw, and then the base, I want his shirt to be orange with polka dots. I thought that would be so cute and fun and fabulous for fall, so I'm just painting it orange. And I thought I was only going to paint the top part and then do something different, but I did end up just painting the entire bottom part of the sign orange. And if you don't have one of the Dollar Tree love signs, you could always use one of the Dollar Tree Halloween signs that's really long and tall. Or I've also been seeing people post that they do make Scarecrow signs out there that are long and tall at Dollar Tree. I haven't seen them yet, but so now here's what it's kind of look like assembled, and the hat is a little bit small for his big old head, but that's okay. I think he can still spook off maybe the sweetest of crows. So I'm just using the base of my Mod Podge little base there, and I made some cute little eyes, and then I'm just drawing a triangle nose, and then I want to draw a really big happy smiley face with some little curves here. And it would have probably been smarter for me not to be doing this upside down and backwards, but I really want to give you guys a good demonstration, so bear with me. My smile was a little bit crooked, but I think my smile is kind of crooked, so not to worry about that. Now I am over drawing the black eyes there to give it kind of a large fun cartoon appearance, and then I'm just adding in some cute little black eyelashes. I love these hand painted scarecrows, and again, I was so nervous to attempt this, but I really feel like it came out better than expected. Now I have blue eyes, so I thought my little scarecrow needed some blue eyes, so I'm just using some blue acrylic paint and kind of going over the black paint, and then I just gave it some little dots in the center with some blue and some white, and then I added some white back over the eyes. So I did look up some little scarecrow kind of eye drawing tutorials, and I just kind of went off those. Again, I've never done this before, so bear with me. And then I thought it would be really cute to paint a little orange nose here, so I'm painting the scarecrow nose orange. And then I also thought it would be cute to add in with the Sharpie marker just these little kind of black stitches around his mouth, and then give him some little cute rosy cheeks. And again, this is so fun and fabulous, and I looked up so many different scarecrow faces, and I just wanted mine to be really happy, so it's kind of like a combination of different ones that I saw that were cute. Now I'm taking my Dollar Tree sponge brush, I'm dipping this in a little bit of kind of white and gold paint, and I'm just sponging some polka dots on. So this little scarecrow is going to be like really whimsical and fun, and again, I wanted to fit in with some of my Mackenzie Childs decor that I have going on, but again, customize it to suit your fancy. You could always do stripes or a little flannel shirt or whatever you love. Now to make it match, I'm going to add the polka dots to the top part of my hat with my little sponge brush again, and then once I had that finished, I was going to take some of this Dollar Tree raffia, and I'm going to hot glue some raffia underneath my little scarecrow hat. The last step is to hot glue his little hat onto his head. You can also use some popsicle sticks underneath it and on the back to kind of give it a little bit more support. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys a really big, beautiful bow that we're going to use for his neck. I'm using my Easy Bow Maker, but I will leave a bow video down below for you guys if you don't have an Easy Bow Maker. It's from Christmas, but there's a bunch of different little bow ideas. I'm starting out with some Dollar Tree ribbon with this chevron ribbon, and I did add that pipe cleaner first. And I will tell you, I made the bow a little bit large, so I did have to go back in and make it a little bit smaller. So if you do have the Easy Bow Maker, you're going to want to go 5 inches across on either side if you're doing this exact tutorial, because again, I went 6 inches originally, and it was just a little bit too big, even for me, even though you guys know I love to go over the top and have really big bows. I did want to make this size appropriate, so I started out with a Dollar Tree chevron ribbon, and this is just some black and white ribbon I ordered off Amazon, but I believe they have it pretty cheap at Hobby Lobby. Again, I'm going 5 inches across on either side of my bow maker, and then I'm dovetailing my ends by cutting a little triangle on the end. It just makes it really nice and gives it that boutique finish. The next ribbon I want to add is this little orange and khaki colored ribbon. This bow maker is so amazing, especially if you guys have problems with your hands. It just holds it for you, and I love that, and it's super easy, and it's pretty much foolproof. Every single time I'm able to make a really pretty bow. But again, I do have an Olivia bow that I share with you guys how to make, where you don't have to use any kind of bow maker, and it's a really wonderful bow as well. Now I'm using this beautiful Mackenzie Childs ribbon, and this actually is from the Mackenzie Childs website. I got it on the barn sale, so it was much cheaper than they normally have it for, and it's a very beautiful high quality ribbon. And I'm just going to go either side. I am making my loops a little bit smaller here with 4 inches on each side, and then just continue to dovetail those ends so you get a really beautiful boutique bow. It's always worth it to make that nice finished touch. Now originally on this bow I had added this Dollar Tree leaf ribbon because I wanted to tie in some of those scarecrow colors, but I ended up taking the leaf ribbon out once I actually was finished with the bow. But if you wanted to go ahead and add this in, I went even smaller, and this ended up being about 3 inches. And I did want to show you guys what it would look like just when you're done with with the bow. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to push it down, and then you're going to pull that pipe cleaner up around it, and you can go ahead and tie it off down here. I usually take my bow off though and even cinch it together even more. Now I have pulled really hard on a pipe cleaner before and broken it, so you can break them. Be kind of careful with that, but I do go ahead and cinch it together from the back, and then I begin to fluff it out, and that is my favorite part of making a bow. I attached my bow to my adorable little scarecrow and added some more little embellishments to the top part of the hat, and voila, here she is, or he is. I don't know, it feels like it could kind of be either or, but I think this turned out so adorable and oh so unique. And again, you guys could totally customize this to suit your decor. I think this is one of the most fun things that I have made in a long time, and I cannot wait to see you guys make one and post it in the group page. And again, remember, just use what you have on hand. If you don't have some of the different signs, you don't have to add the body to it, or you could use something different for the body. A scarecrow you have a lot of kind of leeway with because they're always really unique, and they're supposed to have that kind of crafted, like little homemade feel, which is what I absolutely love about fall. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take these beautiful maple leaves, and I'm just going to start by adding a base coat of these to green. So if you have fall trees like I do right now, some of your fall leaves might be green, and then if you're like our trees, they'll be green, and then they'll have different colors as they turn. So I love to add a lot of dimension to my hand painted leaves. So I started out with a green color, and then I'm adding in some white. Again, lots of layers with your painting is what's going to give your painting a really beautiful feel. Now I'm going in with this really pretty dark brown, and don't worry, I'm going to add more colors. I did realize that these leaves looked a little bit like a certain leaf that I really didn't want them to look like. So I'm just continuing to add in some more colors. But again, I wanted it to have a little bit of pop of green underneath to make it shine through. So now I'm adding some of that pumpkin color underneath, and just keep adding some beautiful colors. Now you guys can use these leaves on a garland, or you can pop them into really any display. Again, I popped these into my cute little scarecrow's hat, and it looks so adorable, and just that perfect little touch to add a bit of color without going overboard. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this Thankful and Blessed Dollar Tree pumpkin sign and some of my Waverly White chalk paint, and I'm just going to chalk paint the entire sign front and back. Then I'm going to draw out some checkers, and I'm going to paint this pumpkin in a checkered fashion. So remember to choose whatever color suits your fancy. If you guys are doing pink or purple or green or blue in your fall or Halloween decor, definitely go for those colors. Now I do want this pumpkin to match that first pumpkin with the polka dot, so I want it to be in the same colors. Now I'm taking this yardstick, and I'm just going to draw out lines going down my pumpkin. This would be really cute to do stripes. I think I am going to do some striped pumpkin for my Halloween decor. I do decorate for Halloween and fall and Christmas and Easter. You guys, I love the holidays. Okay, back to the DIY now. I'm just drawing stripes across this, and that's going to map out my checkerboard form. Now I'm going to take some black acrylic paint, and really any acrylic paint will do, and I'm just going to add in my little black check squares, and I'm going to go every other one. Now if you wanted to paint a buffalo check plaid pattern, you'd go every other one, and then you would paint a different like gray color. So there's some really good tutorials on buffalo check plaid as well. For me, I'm going to be easy peasy here and just go black and white squares. Again, I am going to add in some dimension so it doesn't look quite so race car-ish, but I think it's going to be so fun and fabulous, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching me paint. I didn't realize really how much painting I had done in this video until I went back into the edit of it, but you know, I've been working on some of my acrylic painting skills, and also what I love about this is you can always use white. You could see I got a little mess up over there. All I have to do is go back in with some white and kind of overlay that. So take a deep breath, have fun, and remember, if you're repainting a Dollar Tree sign and you mess it up, paint over it again, let it dry, and just start again. The other thing is it's only $1, so it's not going to be the end of the world if it's something that you didn't get to make perfect. I really want to just encourage you guys to take a step and try it. Sometimes it's just taking that initial step and trying it, and it may not be the best the first time. I've painted so many checks now that I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but I know I need a lot more practice. So I love to drag my brush in a little bit of black and a little bit of white and overlay that onto the checks, and that's what gives it that kind of vintage campfire Mackenzie Childs inspired feel. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, and if you do want to take a black paint marker and go around your squares, I know a lot of people do that, and that will help you even them out. You can even draw them in gold. You can outline them in gold, and that's a really pretty look as well. So I painted my stem green and then added just some dimension with some black and white on the pumpkin, and check this out. I think this is so adorable for fall. I think black and white check just is almost one of the perfect fall colors. It goes in with fall so perfectly. It looks so rustic and elegant, and I feel like it just dresses things up. Now, these pumpkins I wanted to make really whimsical, and I don't know that I'm actually going to leave them down underneath here, underneath my little faux fireplace area, because I do have a lot of decor going on, but I think I'm going to put them in my entryway. So I will be doing a fall house tour for you guys in just a little bit, and you guys can see where I have put everything. But I love to show these ideas to you guys, and I actually love to set out my hand painted items when I'm really proud of them. Do you guys do that? Like, you get done with a project and you just have to put it out to look at it. Sometimes it also helps me know where I need to go in and correct my work. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those plain wooden pumpkins, and this is the one from the Crafters Square area, and this one just actually was plain, and it had like some little raised edges on it. So I'm just painting kind of some black stripes in and around the pumpkin, and I did have a base color of white chalk paint laid down on it because it was a raw wood. And again, I like to lay down a base color because it helps me save on the acrylic paints. So I'm just using now this kind of pretty mustard fall color. I want all of my colors to match in really well and also match in with my Scarecrow. So I'm kind of, making a color palette with these beautiful golds and oranges. And then I'm going back in with my pumpkin orange, and I'm not even really washing my brush because I really want the colors to blend together really well. So I'm adding in some oranges in and around those areas, and then just adding in loads of layers. And those layers of paint, at first they kind of look a little wacky, but once you're done in the end, they look really pretty. And then I again always keep the white on hand to give it some accent colors. I added in a little bit of a goldish green stem to this one, a little bit different from the other two, but kind of the same. So I'm adding in the white highlight, which I think is a good thing to do at the end. When you add in the white highlight, again, it's going to look a little bit odd, but take a step back. Look at it for just a moment, breathe it in, and see what you guys think about it. So here it is. I parked it next to on either side of my Scarecrow with the checks and the stripes and the polka dots. I feel like this display is so happy and whimsical, and who doesn't need a little dose of happy in their home right now? So as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video, and which one will you be attempting? Will you be doing a fall bow, or some pretty little leaves, or pumpkins, or even this happy little Scarecrow? And the Scarecrow was a bit of work, but you guys could take it in stages and again just have fun with it. I've seen them done with just the square Dollar Tree signs, so even if you don't have the ones that I shared in this video, you can still maybe look around your stash, your crafting stash, and see what sign you have that you could make into a little Scarecrow face. Here's that beautiful floral that I shared with you guys a couple of DIY videos back. Go check out the rest of my I Love Fall series. We're on episode 17 now, I believe, and we've done so many DIYs in so many different styles and colors, so you guys could really get some ideas for how you might want to decorate your home. And as always, I ask, which one was your favorite? So thank you guys so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. Say hello to our little cutie bear. Oh my goodness, we are just in heaven, over the moon in love. He's also keeping us awake at night, so give me some grace if I look a little sleep deprived. But thank you guys again for being here. Don't forget to join me over on my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. I have a group page that's totally free to join, and all you guys have to do is request to join. I'll approve your request, and you can post photos of your DIY projects and your home decor over there. And let me tell you, that little community is so kind and uplifting, and everybody is at a different spot in their creative journey. So just keep up the good work crafting and decorating and leaving kind comments and encouraging everyone over there. You guys are so amazing. I cannot believe how big the community is, and there's just so much kindness there, which goodness gracious we need in this crazy old world out there, right guys? Also, I have an Olivia's Romantic Home Instagram page. It's totally free to join over there, and on my stories I'm posting what Bear has been up to. And if you guys have seen him, he is a wild little guy. He's pretty calm right now because he just woke up from his nap and he's getting a cuddle from his mommy. Actually, I'm his grandmommy because my daughter is his mommy. So it's our first puppy ever, and we are so in love. Yep, check him out. Let me see. I say hello, 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 hello. Okay, anyway, I love you guys to the moon and back. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, keep up the good work crafting and decorating. Hug those babies if you have one. And let me tell you, I am a cat person, so having a puppy has been really exciting for me, and it's our first puppy and I'm just really loving it. So anyway, I love you guys to the moon and back. I can't wait for the next video. Until then, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
That I love you.